Hi, Tim Uckert here. Welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to create a worksheet using Python and Pandoc where the student would evaluate simple expressions. Now, the cool thing about this is we're going to allow the user who runs the program to create as many problems that are randomly generated as they want, okay? So I hope you'll find this interesting. If you do find this interesting, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications as it really helps the channel grow. And you can also go down to the description where I'll leave a link to GitHub. You could start a repository or follow me. And you could also go to Teacher Pay Teachers and check out some of my worksheets. All right. Thanks for watching, and let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to create a class, and I'm going to call that simple expression. Now, I have a file that I opened. This is a Python file, and the Python file is called simpleexpression.py. You can call it whatever you want. Okay, I'm going to instantiate the class, and I'm going to have the self, and then we got to think, well, what do we need to pass in? Well, you're going to need to pass in, if the simple expression is in form ax plus b, we're going to have to pass in a, b, and x, okay? So we'll pass in a, b, and x, and we'll say self.a equals a, self.b equals b, and self.x equals x, okay? Now we want to be able to figure out what the value of the expression is when you evaluate it. So that's easy enough. We can create a function or a method in this case, since we're talking about class. We'll call it value expression underscore expression. You can call it whatever you want, but I like to have descriptive names. We'll pass in self, and we'll say that the value equals, let's do value underscore exp. That equals, it's going to be self.a times self.x plus self.b. And we're going to return the value expression. Okay? All right, so that's our class. Okay? And now we want to create a we want to create the worksheet. So we want to figure out how many problems you want. So we're going to say number of problems equals an input. And actually, we have to make this an integer, so we have to be careful about that. So we're going to take an integer of the input. How many problems do you want to make? And we'll close that out. Now, whoops, and my text editor is letting me know that I forgot a paragraph there. Okay, so how many problems do you want to make? All right, and so we could have a try and accept here, but I'm not going to put it in just because this is just going to be a basic demonstration, and just make sure to put in a number if you are following along trying to make this program yourself or modify it for your own type of worksheet. Okay, so we've got the number of problems. Now we've got to write to a few files, okay? And I like writing to markdown files, and I use Pandoc to convert those to PDFs, okay? So let's say simple exp file equals, and then we'll have open, and we've got to open some files. So we'll say simple, we'll do simple exp file.markdown, and we'll append to that markdown file. And then I'm also going to have simple expression file underscore solutions, another file for our solutions. And I'm going to open a file, and you'll see my autocomplete is trying to suggest something to me. I want .sol.md. We want to mark down, and we want to append to that one as well. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to begin to create our A, B, and X values, okay? And what I actually think we should do is we should go up to the top and I'll import random, okay? And I'm going to create a random num list, and it's going to be an empty list. And now we could get really fancy. We could say number of random values, and we could do that. Let's do that. Okay. So let's just call it number of randoms equals another, we're taking another input. We want to make it an integer. Say, how many random values do you want for A, B, and X? Okay, close that out. All right, so now we want to populate our random number list. Okay, so we're going to say for, let's say for X in range, and we'll start with 1 and we'll go up to whatever number we put in the input. We'll say number of randoms. What we're going to do is we are going to now take, let's see, are we missing something here? Yes, we're missing, I believe, yes, we missed a parentheses. See, that was my text editor saying, hey, and it was indenting it weird, right? All right, so we're going to say for X in range from 1 to whatever the number of randoms that we equal, or that we enter, we are going to now take my random number list and append X. So that's going to basically create a list 1 through whatever number it is. So if it's 20, it'll go 1 through 20. And actually what we need to do right here is we need to add 1 to this because it stops at the number before. So, okay, so now if I put in 20, it would put into the list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up to 20. Okay, that'll help us get our values. Okay, so now we have to create our problems. So we're going to do another for loop. We're going to say for problem in range. And we'll start with problem 1, and we'll go up to the number of problems, and we'll add 1 because we want to, it stops the number before that. Okay, so we're going to go do that, and what we're going to do is we're now going to create our A, B, and X, and then we'll create an object, which is our simple expression object. Okay, so we'll say A equals random.choice. That's where we imported the random module, and then we'll do our random number list. So we're taking a random value from our random number list. Excuse me. B equals random.choice. We're taking another value from our random number list, and X equals random.choice from our random number list. Okay, so now we've got those values. And if we scroll up here, we see that we have a simple expression. We want to create an object that is a simple expression. So we'll say new problem, new underscore problem equals our simple expression object when we're passing in A, B, and X. Okay, that's our new problem. All right. Now we want to start writing to our worksheet file. So we have our simple expression file. I'm going to move down just to give you some spacing, and probably should put my fingers on the right keys. So we're going to take our simple expression file, and we're going to write, and we're going to do a format string, which is like an F, they call it an F string. It's a format string, and that's available in Python 3.6 and above. And I'm going to do 2 hashes because we're writing to a markdown file. So that's going to be a second level heading. And I'm going to say problem. And then within the curly brackets, I'm going to put problem. Okay. And that's going to take whatever problem we're on. So we'll start at 1, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, and so on as it loops through this for loop. Okay. And then at the end, I'm going to have an escape character and an N, and another escape character and an N. And that's going to give me a space in between the heading and then the next part of the problem. And then we'll say simple expression file.write, and we'll say evaluate the following simple expression. Let me move this up. Simple expression, and put a colon and a space, and no escape line because we want it on the same line. So then we're going to do simple expression file.write. I'm using my autocomplete just to make it complete the word a little bit quicker. And then I'm going to say something like, we're evaluating the simple expression, and we want a format string at this point, and we're going to have our a value times x plus b, our b value, and then say when x equals, and now we've got to put x in the curly braces there because we want the actual random value that we pick up in here. Okay. All right. And probably put a period at the end of that. And then a /n/n. And so that's going to bring it down another line. And then maybe we want a separator. We can try that, see if you guys like it. Separator markdown is 3 dashes, I believe. And that'll write each of our problems as we go through. That's cool. Now, we also want to write the solution for our problems, okay? So we're going to say, we're going to take this simple expression file underscore solution, and we're going to write, and we're going to start with a format string again because we want the same thing. We want our problem, and then we want what problem our solution is for, and close out our curly brackets, do escape character and n, escape character and n, same formatting thing. And then we're going to say simple expression file underscore solution dot write, and we'll do another no, we won't do an f string. We'll say the value of the expression is, and a space, and then again simple expression file underscore solution dot write, and we'll do an f string now. And what we're going to do is the new problem, and we'll scroll up here because we want to do the new problem object with the value expression method. So we'll do new problem dot value underscore expression, and two opening and closing parentheses because it's a method, and then a period, and then a /n/n. Show you that /n/n. Close our parentheses there, and okay, and then we can do our simple expression file underscore solution dot write, and we can do our separator again for that problem. Now we'll come out of here, and we're going to now close our simple expression file by doing simple underscore expression underscore file dot close, and then we'll also close our solution file. And we will save this. So we've saved this now, and now let's open up a terminal here. So I'll do Control X2 to open up a terminal and go down, and then open up a terminal. And now I want to run it. I'm going to run it with Python 3 and then simple underscore expressions.py. And how many problems do I want to make? Let's make 100. How many random values do you want? 25. And okay, so it ran without any errors. That's good. Okay, we're going to exit out of here and go up here and close out that other window and go to my directory. And let's update my directory, and we see we have some updated files. We have our markdown, so and you'll see it generated a bunch of problems. If we go to the bottom, you'll see that it generated 100 problems as we specified. You'll see the numbers are random up from 1 through 25. And then, all right, so we'll go back to our directory, and let's go to our simple expression solution. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of an issue. So we've got dot value expression. Okay, so we got to fix that. All right, so that's okay. So let's go back to our directory and let's try this again. Okay, because I did not necessarily make an error. that's a syntax error that'll break the program, but an error in logic, it looks like. So what I'm going to do is delete these two markdown files, and we'll get rid of those. Okay, and then we'll go back to simpleexpressions.py, and we'll take a look. Okay, and here's my problem. I didn't put this in the curly brackets. Okay, oops, hit the wrong button. I got to switch to insert mode here. Okay, so I've got to put this in curly brackets, which is why it had that issue. Okay. All right, let's run this again. Okay, and I don't want to go to Dear Ed. Let me open up another window. Go down there. I'm opening up my terminal. Okay, and let's clear this out, and we're going to run this program again. And I'm feeling generous because I made a little mistake, so let's give it 200 problems. I'll put this worksheet 200 problems up on Teacher Pay Teachers. And how many random values? Let's do 30 this time. Make it fun and adventurous. And program has run. Okay. Fast, even though Python's not necessarily the fastest language out there, that runs pretty fast to generate that many problems. Okay, so exit, Control X O to go to the other window. I'm using Emacs for this, by the way, if anyone's interested in that. Okay, so we'll go back to directory ed, and we'll go up to G to update this, and we see we have our files created again. Files changed on disk. You want to load it? Yes. And you see at the end here, we start at the end of the file. We're up to problem 200. Go up to the top. You'll see, let's just see, we're scrolling down. We see a 29. So you'll see that the values are going up to 30. So we have a 29x plus 7. I'm pointing at the screen. You can't see me pointing. I don't know why I'm doing that. 29x plus 7 down here. This is problem number 9. You'll see has generated as that. Okay, let's go back to my directory ed and Dear Ed in Emacs, which is my file manager. And I'm going to, yes, the file's changed on disk. Okay, so the first one, we have 60, and then we have 27. Okay, and if we go down, no, we went to the top. We go down to the bottom, you'll see we have 200 problems. Let's go back up to the top, GG. I'm using evil mode, which is Vim key bindings in Emacs, in case you're interested. All right, so the value of an expression is 60. The value of the second expression is 27. So we should probably check those two before I post this to Teacher Pay Teachers. All right, make sure my algorithm is working correctly. So I'm going to go to Dear Ed, and I will check a few more than just two, in case you're wondering. But for the sake of the video, we're just checking two. All right, so we got 60 and 27. Let's see. So we've got 16 times 3, that's 48, plus 12, that's 60. Boom, good. All right, 1 times 15 plus 12, that's 27. Boom, good. All right, so we've created this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back. Let's go back to our original Python file. Which was simpleexpressions.py. And let's now open up a terminal again. And now let's run pandoc, okay? So we created simple, well, let's list out our files. Okay, and let's move this up, see what we're running pandoc on. Okay, so we've got simple underscore expression underscore file dot markdown. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do pandoc simple underscore expression underscore file dot markdown dash o, and then we're going to do the output file, which is going to be simple underscore expression. Well, you don't have to have underscores. I'm doing underscores. .pdf. Okay, so we're going to run it, and pandoc is going to take a moment and convert it, and then I'm going to run it again. Simple underscore expression underscore file underscore solution dot markdown dash o, and then simple underscore expression underscore file underscore solution dot pdf. Okay. All right. So those have run. Let's check those out before we end this video. So we'll take a look at our Linux files into Python math. Let's take a look at our worksheet. It's going to open, view. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we came into another issue. All right, I forgot to escape to put a new line. All right, well, we're going to have to go back to our program. Okay, so let's exit out of here. And this is part of the process. So Control X O to go to the other window, Control X1 to close it. And the issue is I should probably put an escape character here. Okay, so that'll bring it down another line. Okay, do a little formatting. All right, so I'm going to save this file. I'm going to go to Dear Ed, and I am going to delete these files again. So let's do we want to delete the two markdowns, so D and X. And do you want to delete? Yes. Okay, so I've deleted those files. Let's go back to my Python file here. Let's open up a separate window, go down here, open my terminal. Okay, and let's clear this out. Let's go back. Do we have... yeah, okay, let's run this program again. I messed up again. Let's make it 300 problems, okay? And let's make it 40 random values. Okay, bam, it ran. Okay, let's exit out of here. Control X O to move to the other window, and then Control X1 to get rid of it. All right, so I'll now go to Dear Ed and update it by pressing G. We see we've created those files again. I actually want to get rid of this PDF, so let's get rid of that. Yes, I want to get rid of that. And I want to get rid of that PDF. So yes, let's get rid of that. Okay, so now let's look at our Markdown file. Reread from disk, yes. Okay, we'll go down to the bottom. We notice we have 300 problems now. Wow. Okay, we wrote a 1,200 line Markdown file in the fraction of a second. That's the power of this. It's really great. Let's go to Dear Ed again. And let's take a look, and we want to reload it from disk. And here's our solutions. You'll see, yes, 1,800 lines for the solutions. We have them spaced out a little bit better. Let's just make sure my formatting is good on the other one. Yeah, my formatting, no. My formatting is not good. Okay, you see that this is happening because I only fixed part of it. Okay, all right. Let's go back to Dear Ed, and we're going to have to get rid of these. So D and D, okay, and X. Yes, I want to delete two files. I want to go. I want to go back to my simple expressions.py, and you know what I forgot? I forgot the escape character here. So I want to do escape character here and here. Okay, all right. Now let's create a new window below, and let's open a terminal in that new window, and we'll have to run this program again. And you know what? I messed up with this program running it again. So what am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to create now 400 problems. Not 4,000, 400. And how many random values do you want for A, B, and X? I guess up to 50 now. Boom, done. Okay, let's exit out of there. Control X O to go to the other window, then Control X1 to get rid of the terminal, Alt X, and then Dear Ed to get into my directory. And let's update it. Okay, we've got these new created files. Let's go here on our Markdown, reread from disk. Now we're spaced out a lot better. Okay, I'm going to go G down to the bottom of the document. You notice we have 400 problems now. It's a 2,400 line Markdown file. GG to the top, you'll see it starts up there. We have 2x plus 35 when x is 5, so that should be 45. Okay, let's go back to Dear Ed, and let's check out the solutions. Let's GG up to the top. Yes, it's 45. Okay, we G down to the bottom. We've got, another 2,400 file. Okay, I think this is good. All right, let's open up another window, and let's open up the terminal, and let's now clear this, list out the files, and we want to run pandoc on our simple expression file.markdown-o for output, simple underscore expression underscore file.pdf. Okay, and we're going to run that, and it's going to convert. Okay, and now we're going to do pandoc simple underscore expression underscore file underscore sol for solution.m dash o, and then simple expression file underscore sol.pdf. Run it. Okay, good. Now let's check out our files. So I want to take this one and I want to view it. Okay, and you notice we have a 50-page PDF. All right. And yeah, I'm going to put something like this up. I'll put a name and a date on the top. I'll put this up and I'll put my copyright on the bottom. But yeah, I'm going to put this up on Teacher Pay Teacher. So, okay. And then let's check out our solutions. Again, view. Another 50-page PDF, okay, with solutions. All right. Next one was 317. Let's check that one out. So 36 times 8, that's 240, plus 6 times 8 is 48. So 288 plus 29 is going to give me 317, which is the solution. All right. So our algorithm is working correctly. So I hope this gives you a great idea on how you can create any number of problems for worksheets, take user input for the programs that you're running. Feel free to use and modify this program if you want for your own teacher-related stuff, or if you're learning Python as a developer, feel free to explore it and modify it as you wish. If you do want to support the channel, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. You can go to GitHub too. Give me a star on one of my repositories on GitHub, or just a follow. Those are all free options. And you could go to Teacher Pay Teachers, which, I have some free and paid worksheets. And I'll include a link to this one. I'll probably put it up for $1 or so on Teacher Pay Teachers. But yeah, just watching the video is support enough. I hope to see you in the next one. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.